Hello, and welcome to another interview in the ICAC's Cotton Connect series. We started the series in April of this year, just as the pandemic was taking a firm hold and starting to have a huge effect on our economy, and in particular on cotton and textiles. In that very first interview, we interviewed Rabana Huq, the president of the Bangladesh Garment Manufacturers and Exporters Association, on the effect that cancelled orders was having on the Bangladesh textile and ready-made garment industry. So perhaps it's appropriate that, nearly 5 months on, we visit another textile manufacturing country, Taiwan, to see how the COVID-19 pandemic is affecting them. Today, we're going to have 2 interviews conducted by Cynthia Kiang, the Director General of the Department of International Cooperation at the Taiwanese Ministry of Economic Affairs. One is with Mr. Justin Huang, the President of the Taiwan Textile Federation, and the second with Mr. Kuei-Chi Lee, President of the Taiwan Textile Research Institute. It would be correct to say that the Taiwan textile industry is at the cutting edge when it comes to innovation and is a leading producer of high-end and functional textiles. These interviews are particularly interesting as not only do they bring us full circle, back to looking at textiles, but we also can clearly see that COVID-19 doesn't only affect industries in developing and least developed countries, but has been indiscriminate across the board. So with that, let's hear from Mr. Justin Huang.
So since that moment, many of our clients, retailers in the United States, brands in Europe, and many of our clients, in one hand, they postponed the orders. And secondly, they canceled the orders. That caused the garment manufacturers in Taiwan, they had no choice but stop to purchase fabrics or filament from textile mills or from fiber corporations. So in March and April, we can see that our leading textile mills in Taiwan got about 30% decrease than the same period in 2019. And in last May, and the situation was getting worse. Some companies also got a more than 50% decrease of their business than the same period in 2019. First of all, we united with international organizations. We work together in association with 66 national associations. Secondly, we helped the industry to submit some ideas and proposals for our government for these stimulus measures. And then we coordinated with upstream, midstream, and downstream of textile industries, try to develop something for our country's use. For example, masks, protection gowns. So, for example, like polypropylene manufacturers in Taiwan, we help them and we encourage them to enlarge their production. And then we work together with non-woven fabric industries to help them get in touch with mask manufacturers and then smooth the whole production process. And then we also work together with garment manufacturers because they lost orders from their clients and the factory space is open. So we help them to switch their production line to produce protection gowns and quarantine gowns. Thanks to our government, they have already issued these orders to the industries. So around 2 million pieces of protection gowns will be delivered to our government by the end of July. And the more capacity will be used for exports. And the Ministry of Economic Affairs, they also helped us to get in touch with UK, European Union, United States, and Japan, and try to find some export opportunities for protection gowns made in Taiwan.
So thank you very much for
You're very
sharing your
welcome.
insights. Thank you.
Thank you.
所长，我们非常高兴今天可以到纺中所。这次COVID-19 这个疫情对全世界都产生很大的影响。那我们想知道一下对台湾纺织产业的影响是什么？然后我们纺中所又做了哪些的帮业者做了哪些的协助？
我想处长也知道，台湾的纺织产业主要以外销为主。
对。
那当我们欧美受到很大的影响的时候，相对的我们的订单，就会受到很大的一个冲击。台湾的话，在机能性纺织品这一块的话是非常强的一块，我们是主要的一个供应大国。但是当欧美的户外品牌它受到疫情的冲击的时候，同样它一样会要求要延迟交货啦，然后或是取消订单这个情形出现。但这不是单纯只有成衣厂，因为成衣厂它受到了这个延迟交货或是取消订单的时候，它一样它会跟它的布料供应商也会取消它的订单。那布料供应商它的订单没的时候，它又跟它的上游纤维厂的话，同样的要求它取消订单，
所以是
一连串
的影响。
对，那在这样的情形之下的话，我们纺织所怎么样去协助业者度过这样的艰困的一个情形的话，主要我们大致上应该讲有3个方向在做。
是。
第一个的话，因为政府针对这次疫情，它提出了很多的纾困专案出来，那纺织所的话就协助业者，去申请这些的纾困的专案。那比如说在工业局那边有中小型的制造业的即时辅导计划案，那在这边的话，纺织所就协助了19家的业者去申请这样的案子。那除了即时案以外的话，我们还有CITD， 就是中小型企业它的一个创新研发的计划案。那这边的话，我们协助业者申请的计划案的话就更多了，达到71家。
您的意思是说，利用这样子的一个疫情的时间，让我们的企业，不论是大型、中型、小型，都可以去做
持续在做研发的这个情形，
然后创新，提升他们的能力。
对对对。那除了这个纾困专案以外的话，那纺织所的话也协助纺织产业的话，跨到医疗用品的这一块。因为像这次您看到的有防护衣、隔离衣啊，甚至口罩这些。因为纺织所在17年前的 SARS 的时候，我们就协助政府的话制定了这个国家标准。那我们有这样的经验以后的话，我们可以在这次疫情的时候，我们可以马上提供台湾的成衣业者怎么样快速的转入到做医疗用的这个隔离衣、防护衣的这一块，然后协助他们通过这样子的相关的 P1、P2、P3 的登记。那我想处长也知道，这个医疗用品的验证要取得的话，那花很长的一段时间。
对。
那因为我们有经验的关系，我们可以协助他在很短的时间内的话，通过这样的认证，可以让我们台湾的这个成衣业者的话，可以很快的将我们的隔离衣啦、防护衣这个打入到国际市场。
防护衣是不是也有棉的成分在里面？
我们在隔离衣上面是有做到这一块，有使用了棉的成分用到隔离衣的上面去。因为在这边的话，我们要求它的舒适性嘛，所以我想有棉的成分在的时候，对使用者来讲，相对的舒适性会比较好一点。对，我们也利用这段时间，协助业者进行这个人才培训的这个计划。
非常非常感谢所长做那么详尽的介绍。因为 ICAC 是以棉为主的一个国际组织嘛，所以我们今天也是很荣幸可以让所长从棉花消费国的一个立场来跟大家分享我们这次疫情对我们产业影响，以及我们纺中所如何来协助我们业者来渡过难关。那就非常感谢所长，谢谢你，谢
谢处长，谢谢处长。
I would like to say a very big thank you to both Justin Huang and Kuei-Chi Lee for allowing themselves to be interviewed and for their insights on the Taiwanese textile industry. And also a big thank you to Cynthia Kiang and the Ministry of Economic Affairs in Taiwan for conducting the interviews. We heard once again of the huge reduction in demand for textiles and the devastating effect that cancelled orders has on every sector of the cotton and textile supply chain. Now, more than ever, it is critically important that we lay down strategies to kickstart the recovery of the cotton sector and start to promote demand for cotton and cotton textiles. Just as COVID-19 has taught us to work in different ways, we need to innovate and find different ways to use cotton and therefore to increase its demand. The next 6 months provides us with an ideal opportunity, not to talk about what went wrong, we all know what went wrong, but to develop solutions to create a better, safer and more profitable cotton textile sector in the future. The ICAC will be leading on this with a series of one-day conferences starting in November this year, with the first topic discussing solutions on how to address issues such as retailers cancelling orders, the effects of which cascaded through the whole supply chain, and which Justin Huang talked about in depth. Taiwan will be conducting its biannual Textile Innovation Conference in 2021, and that will also be a great opportunity to discuss research and development and innovation in order that we can develop new industries around cotton that can secure its future as not only the world's most natural and sustainable fibre of choice, but the world's fibre of choice. Thank you.